But then what happened from then? So 2 months ago, I was exposed by, well, supposedly exposed by a particular creator that actually wished me well in the new year. So I don't think the story that was being told or portrayed was exactly true. I can claim my name, yeah, and I can prove. Now, my evidence that I've got clearly shows one-sided of the story. The evidence that's been portrayed to everybody else hasn't got the actual evidence to prove that that's the side of the story. I'm a very open book with who I am and what I am. I'm not squeaky clean. I'm not, sunshine out my ass. I don't deny anything in my life whatsoever, right? Now, 2 months ago when I was exposed coming up towards Christmas, and again, I'm not trying to be nasty towards anybody, but Kelly, Angie, and somebody else, I'm not going to mention their name because I don't want to bring them into it. They were all sat there 2 months ago going, Xavi's a beast, Xavi's a beast. Now, I do have an issue with that because these are just the facts, guys, right? I've got a child. I'm a very kind, caring... I have an issue with that. And I don't actually wish harm on anybody else, right? I try and do my own thing. Anytime I've ever come on TikTok to expose a wrong-un, i.e. a manipulator, and again, I hope they don't mind me saying this, but G Crew, BJ, the rest of them, it was all because I had moderators come to me and tell me how they were affected and how they were bullied and scared, blah, blah. That was the reasons behind my awarenesses and my exposures. And because I was focusing on everybody else, it dragged my own mental health down. I'm not here for sympathy. I don't want people to feel sorry for me. I have severe manic bipolar episodes, yeah? Go on, Kelly.
Xavi, can I ask you a question, please? When that happened, yeah, on Angie's live, yeah, I didn't call you a beast, yeah? I didn't call you a beast, right? But wasn't me that brought that to Angie's life.
You a liar, Kelly, you did. Yes, you did. Every time. Can I just say it? Can I just say it on Angie's live? Every time Kelly was in the box. Every time Kelly was in the box, she would mention Xavi.
Sorry.
Can
Kelly ask
Did I bring paperwork?
Let's be civil, because I don't want to be on here for too long, but I'm happy to be civil. Yeah, Kelly.
Xavi, yesterday I got accused of the most of everything. Yes, I do. I was in that box. Yeah, I was in there, and I played the voice recording. But the next thing that happened wasn't down to me. I didn't pull up paperwork. Did I not pull up paperwork on that live, Xavi? Because she's trying to make it was me that pulled up the paperwork.
I can't 100%, but listen, what I want to say on that, right, is I apologise, Kelly, if you didn't say it. I can't 100% remember because it was a couple of months ago, but I know that people were laughing and whatever else. And listen, I don't hold any grudges against anybody. I'll make that very clear, right? People make mistakes in life. That's the facts of it, yeah? Everybody has got shitty asses. Everybody's got things in their closet that they not necessarily don't want people to know, but they're not necessarily proud of them, yeah? The question that I asked yesterday, Angie, is what have I ever done personally to you, right?
Okay, can I answer that?
Sorry, you answered it yesterday. Can I just finish, please? You said I've never actually done anything to you. Now, I want to just confirm, yeah? I've never actually name-called you. I've never raised my voice towards you or whatever, yeah? And this is my point, right? My point is that I have got severe mental health and I don't need to sit here and play victim or make people feel sorry for me, right? But over the last year and a half, me and my family has been tormented and terrorized, right? Now, there's lots of things going around that me and Red are in a troll group. They're all me Rottweilers, blah, 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 blah. I've got Miss Red's personal number. We're not in no private no WhatsApp groups. I've got a small WhatsApp group with 6 moderators that have become family to me because the shit that I went through, they're the ones that supported me. Some of my own family members didn't actually support me when it comes to checking up on me, this, that and the other. I'm not trying to cause any more arguments between anybody, and I want to make it very clear, I don't have any hatred towards anybody. I just want to be left alone and crack on with my own life and do my own thing. I think it was really appalling that I was described as the likes of Diadro, who is known as a woman abuser, DV perpetrator. And let me just make something very clear, because there was something said yesterday which I'm not happy with, right? They said about these charges and it was DV related. I've been with Shani for 8 years, right? I've never been in a toxic relationship. I've been mollycoddled around lovely, kind, caring women, yeah? And it's only coming onto this app where I've started to see real toxic toxic traits in people. I'm not going to sit here and cry victim and make people feel sorry for me like a lot of people do. Again, I'm not mentioning any names, yeah? But and another thing I want to say, Kelly, please, I want to draw a line from this live moving forward, yeah? I'm not trying to...
Same, Zavi, same, exactly the same.
I'm not trying to make you feel any worse than probably what you already feel for some of the things that's been said, yeah? But Serena and Tam also know, because there was a video that I gathered and made, but out of respect for Serena and Tam, I said that I wasn't going to post it, because when you said that I caused you to self-harm, that, listen, I'm not going to lie, it really affected me, because I've been in that place before, yeah? It has affected me, right? And when I produced the video to Serena, who hosted the whole live, yeah? So that was somebody that wasn't invested emotionally and sat back and watched it. They never slagged anybody off. They just said that it wasn't your fault what happened. And the matter of the fact, it was actually Tony said what she said about you, which, listen, anybody calls an innocent person a paedophile, it is disgusting, right? It's disgusting. And it plays on people's minds. I'm a dweller. I overthink everything. Me and Shani are trying our hardest this year to conceive a baby, right? We went through IVF. I'm sure the haters will use it against me and say, you know, you can't get pregnant, blah, blah. Nothing wrong with me, nothing wrong with her. We're just trying to crack on with our own life. Even G-Crew really broke one of my very close friends, but I'm not a hateful person. I want him to get on with his life just like I want to get on with my life. And same goes with you, same goes with Leonie. And this is, again, I hope this doesn't come across narcissistic. I know what parts I've played in all of this, right? And I don't feel like I've got anything to apologise for, because I haven't come across abusive to Angie or to Kelly or even to Leonie. And again, I don't know whether she'll start up again or whatever, I don't know, but I'm trying to make amends with everybody that has done dirt or bad on me, right?
Same, Zavi, same. I'm trying to leave it all in 2023, mate.
And I honestly do respect the way Kelly held herself yesterday, because she didn't want to engage, and understandably, Angie, you was trying to use, like, you know, you knew how Kelly had affected me, and you kept saying, but Kelly's done this to Zavi, Kelly's done this to Zavi.
And that's because Tam said that I was responsible for it. I never talked you.
Bring me into this. You were goading her long before I was even on that live. You were goading her before I came into that live. I came back on the live because you were goading Kelly into it. That's what you were doing.
Can I just speak to him?
Tam, darling. Tam, 1 minute. Just let Ange reply, please.
Tam is the one that said, don't mention Zevi's name. And I was like, don't mention his name. I said, I hadn't even mentioned your name, Zevi. And I was saying, what are you talking about? Who? And I was on my other live and everyone was saying Zevi. And I went, why can't I mention Zevi's name? I hadn't even mentioned your name. Number two, Zevi, I've got the video. I've got the video. Number two, Betty, can I speak, please? Secondly, the reason why this has all come out, okay, and yes, you want to drop it. We're going to
use a piece.
You won't let me talk.
Stop. Say something, guys.
Say what I want to say, please.
Angie, please, you're going to say whatever you want to say now, right? We need to bring the tone of the voices down, because when you shout, everybody else is going to shout.
Well, because people are shouting over me, Tam was shouting over me. So what I'm saying, right?
We can have adult conversations. Go on, Ange.
Yeah. So what I was saying, is the reason why this has all come out, okay, and yes, you want to end it here. I 100% get that, but obviously, you know, we're here to talk about it, is because Kelly came on my live about, when was it, Linz? I don't know when it was, with paperwork, and said that I'm not going to mention it again because you don't want to talk about it, but you know what I'm talking about. And then she went,
it was a little while ago, Kelly, yes it was.
Yeah, and then she went live.
I never came on with paperwork, Zavi.
And that's why you started to get dislike on my platform, Zavi. Zavi, you got dislike on my platform because of what Kelly was saying about you. He came on my platform and did a big awareness of you, Zavi, on my platform, and then some people started disliking you on my platform because people heard what you were saying.
Angie Raylin, man, I didn't bring up paperwork.
We're talking about spilt milk now, right? Because I already know that, Angie. I joined you live. I heard everything. I seen everything. And like I said from the very beginning, right? There was a video that I posted, and it was an old lady and her bags broke at the middle of the road and went over, and I helped her put the bags in my shopping bags and give her the bags. Now, somebody Everybody that doesn't like me will twist the narrative and say, Zavvi went over to rob her, Zavvi pickpocketed her. Now, all I'm going to say, because I can't talk about certain situations, but best believe me, everybody behind the scenes knows this isn't doing me anything bad, because I know, like I said, yeah, when the time is right, I'm not going to risk my freedom, right? But when the time is right, all this exposure that's going on to this situation, you're all going to be mind blown. Because listen, I promise you this now as a facts, right? You could pull up, Tam knows everything. This happened in 2021, right? I'm not going to talk about it for my own protection and safety, but trust me when I tell you, what you're being told isn't the truth, okay? I am not going to sit here and make everybody, Zav's a victim in this, Zav's a victim in that.
Careful, Zav.
I made it very clear when I first come on this app, right? I've been a very violent young man. When it comes to men, I've been a very violent young man. Mark my words, yeah? When I do come out and I do the whole podcast on my life, there's going to be receipts to prove exactly what I'm saying. And when it comes out, I can categorically tell you not one of yous will sit there and go, well, that's a lie, because everything will be proven. And that's on my mother's life, yeah? I have never laid my hands on a woman or a child, right? I've come from a family that, because there was 3 boys in our household, yeah? My dad was brought up with violence. He was taught discipline within violence. And he did that to us, yeah? But I was able to break the cycle. I was able to break the cycle of using physical violence to discipline your child. My child is an A-star student. She's in my full-time care. We don't have social services. We're not alcoholics. We're not drug abusers. We pretty much own our own house within the next 2 years. We go on multiple holidays a year. We focus solely on ourselves, right? I don't want people coming to Miss Red and then like Miss Red feeling like she's got to explain my situation, because the reality is, yeah, without being rude, right? If you don't pay me, you don't feed me, and you don't keep my house warm, who am I explaining myself to? Who am I explaining myself to? Now, I promise you this on my mother's life, yeah? The stories that you are being told is not exactly true. There is some form of truth in it, and trust me when I tell you, everything I've ever done, I will hold my hands up to it. And listen, it's good that this has happened, because the people that were sat on the fence that need me to confirm the things that they're questioning in their mind, I'm not going to, because I don't need to fulfill your questions when I know my answers. I know the result. So listen, I don't appreciate being labelled a beast like Diadro. People like Evil Queen, right? And again, this is no sly digs at her, but she was the one that said it and done it, right? You go and find any form of evidence where I've had questionable behaviour. A beast and a bacon is a sex offender and a paedophile, right? So if that's what I'm being called, produce the evidence to back them claims up.
David, can I just say something? Beast is not called that, because I did actually Google it. Whether it's called that on TikTok, I don't know. Beast is actually someone that's if you Google it. And can I just also say, Zavvi, I shouldn't have believed Kelly and what she said, and I hold my hands up to that. I now believe that it was a lie. That
you're going to apologise for sat laughing when people are calling me a beast.
And then you shut up, because you keep blaming me for bringing paperwork to your live stream. It wasn't
Kelly,
me.
that's where it all came from.
It was DHP.
Kelly, you always used to mention Zavvi.
Shut up, you Zavvi. You're a leech, and a liar.
You still shouting.
And you shut up, Lynn.
Can Liz have a word? No, Liz hasn't actually had a word to say.
It's just, do you know what's embarrassing, right? I don't want to waste my time, but it's embarrassing. With all due respect, guys, yeah, I'm not trying to patronise anyone there. I'm 27 years of age, and you people are in your 40s and 50s, and you're squabbling. Between me and Kelly, this has gone on for over a year and a half. Every day, constant. I'm getting people sending me screenshots after screenshots. I've got over 3,000 videos on my phone.
Zavvi, hold on. No, Zavvi, hold on. No, listen, I didn't do that for a year and a half, Zavvi. Zavvi, I've not spoke about you since fucking... We're in the new year.
I agree, Kelly. I agree. You listen, I'm not trying to cause anything else. Please believe me when I say. All I'm saying is this started with another creator, and I don't want to mention her name because I can't be asked with what.
Yeah, and she was the worst of the worst, and I ever regret being around her.
100%. And if you remember, right, the same thing do you remember when it happened with Angie with this dog situation, yeah? And again, this is no slight digs at anybody, right? I went in the live, me and Angie had an argument a few months ago, and I was saying to the people in the lives, right, it's about enabling. If you enable the behaviour, it isn't right. Same goes with EQ when she mocked the disabled. If you tell people that it's all right to mock people's religion or mock people's disabilities, mock people's situations, they're going to do it more and more because they see the numbers come in the lives and then they start seeing the gifts and going, well, now I've got my motivation. If I wanted to come on this app, guys, yeah, and turn my gifts on, I'm sure I'd be much more successful than 99% of most of creators because I've got a total different personality. But I choose to not turn my gifts on. I choose to do the content that I do. I choose to not hold grudges because one thing that my dad taught me, I had a feud with my brother for 5 years. I didn't speak to my brother, right? And I felt like a cunt when we started speaking again because I've gone round for 5 years with this bag of hate on my shoulders. For what? For no reason. Same goes with this is the perfect time now. Me and Kelly have not spoken since that phone call that we had on a private number about a year ago, right? This is the perfect time for me to say, listen, I can't do anything about what's happened in the past. I'm not involved in no troll groups. I'm not involved in no nasty comments, no fake accounts, and I can prove my innocence every single time. I just want to be left alone. I wish nothing but happiness for every single one of you. I wish that you can set some goals this year and actually achieve them. Do something productive for yourself. Because listen,
well, I have set goals.
Just say, I want to be left alone by Kelly. That's always talking about me every day, Kelly. Live streaming me every day. Just leave me alone every day.
Shut the fuck up. Nobody live streaming your boring.
Kelly, yes, you do. You always come to her now.
No, it's
yes,
not.
You do.
No, it's not. Lynn, you need to shut up because you're the biggest enabler.
I'm the biggest enabler. How's that?
You're the biggest enabler. You enable everything that Angela does.
Tell lies.
Oh, but sorry. Didn't you say that Did you not say the travelling community husbands beat their wives?
We're going back.
Oh, Angie, here we go.
Let's wait for Kelly to say stuff. I haven't said bad stuff like you.
Deflection,
talk about stuff I said.
Listen. Let me just. I'm going to get off in a second.
No, can I speak?
The biggest
Just let that finish because he's going.
The biggest problem on TikTok, right, is everybody's here to try and discredit one another. Listen, Kelly has done wrong. No Face has done wrong in his past. Angie's done wrong. Lynn's has done wrong. Tam's done wrong. Chippy McChicks, Alex, everybody has done something wrong. If we're going to sit here all day, every day, 7 days a week, saying Angie's done this, Kelly's done that, but these have done this, these have done that, draw a line under it for everybody's peace of mind, right? Everybody
100%.
Nowadays is these professional victims. This isn't going to help Angie's mental health. This isn't going to help Kelly's mental health. And listen, without being rude, yeah, no fucker takes into consideration how I'm feeling because I don't even come on the app anymore and I still get shit chatted about.
We did go, Zavi, yesterday. We did. We told her not to. We told her.
No, listen, I do respect that completely.
No, Kelly, you were slaying. You Alex fired up a live and you went on and on about me. Had 8 people against 1 person.
You started
just because I went in someone's box.
With me.
You started it when you went for Kelly about Sammy. Yes, you did.
Can I speak now, Miss
You
Redford?
started it.
No, I didn't.
You
I came to defend myself.
Professional victim.
Right.
You started it.
No, I didn't. Well, because I felt
Yes, you did.
Angie.
No.
No, you did a live.
Go have another drink, you dirty alcoholic bum.
Angie.
See what I mean? Like, this is what I mean. So you're mugging addictions.
We can't hear anybody, please.
Can I have a sit? I've been sat here 10 minutes. Sorry, Dad. I like your story, mate. Sorry, I do. But,
No, big up, man.
This all started yesterday, right? Let's have some truths. This all started yesterday when MT and Angie fell out, okay? When that happened, the first thing that happened after that was that Alex and his little cronies all decided we're going to go into MT.
That's a lie as well. That's a lie.
Let him speak.
That 1 minute, darling. Go on, Alex.
You know, many people got wound up yesterday because the fucking truth never gets told, right? Sorry, Zavi, you're doing your packing.
Well, unfortunately, you started off on a lie, so that's not the truth.
I'm talking.
Well, let him speak, Alex.
All right, let me speak. So the truth is that MT and Angie had a disagreement yesterday. The MT was in his live, and Alex and everybody went in there commenting, trying to get him on side and doing what they do, all right? And then other things happened, because I didn't see it all, but other things happened. And then Alex has fired a live up as soon as Angie's reacted with his little cronies again. Now, Tam, I don't know you, but I do know that yesterday you goaded Angie to get her to say Zabby's name. That's exactly what you were doing. Let me fucking speak, Tam. That's exactly what you were doing. All right?
Look, I wasn't in the box. I left the box.
So don't shout over me.
I left the box.
Don't shout over me, love.
I left the box.
Fucking louder.
Chat, Tam, you can respond, because Alex has got to respond to Chippy.
I haven't finished. I have not
Chippy,
finished. I've been sat and been polite. But
yeah, Chippy, I'm saying carry on. Please don't speak to me like that, Chippy. I'm saying carry on.
Sorry, but this all winds me up, right? Because, Tam, you did goad her, all right? And then when EQ came in and started singing about Zabby, not one of you have had out to say about it, but you've gone at Angie for another 10 hours. Then No Case has fired up alive. Angie's gone in there and basically been bullied the hell out of. Why is nobody
Chippy.
on this app
Chippy,
calling out? Let me speak,
live. She come in
I haven't finished.
And let's not forget that
I
your
have
point's
not
irrelevant
finished.
when you was bullying
I
a
have
woman
not-
in her live last
Talk
night.
shit. You're bullying women. From what I
I
hear.
have not
You want to
finished.
respond, Alex?
I have not.
Self McTrimmy chicks. You're
When I'm
bullying.
finished, you
Alex, you want to respond?
Yeah, I'm going to respond with facts because I'm sick and tired of this little group of going around the app spreading lies, and I'll come with proof as well, and something that these don't come with, right? The fact is, I was off the app. You can laugh, Ange, because I'll come with facts. I'll show you taking the piss out of disabled people if you want, Ange.
I told
Do you want me to show
MT,
videos of you, Ange? Do you want me to see
MT
you mocking DV? Do you want me to
So,
see me?
Alex, did you not jump in MT's live?
Linz, you know what, Linz?
Did you jump in MT's live?
Linz, I'm sick and tired
Did
of
you jump in MT's live? Did you jump in Mother Teresa's live
Hang
after they had the
Linz,
beef?
darling. Alex is going to
Sorry.
explain. Alex, darling, you'll go.
Yesterday, I had a message saying Mother Teresa's the new Alex, right? Can you hear me?
The volume keeps on going up and down. Go on, Alex.
Hello, can you hear me now, yeah?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yesterday, I get a message on WhatsApp, which I can prove if the person's in here and don't mind, because I've seen them in the comments. They messaged me saying, Mother Teresa is the new Alex, laugh out loud. And I said, why, what's up? Because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't see any of the battles between her and Angie. So I popped in, obviously, Mother Teresa's live and seen what was going on, because obviously, and then I was getting mentioned, right? And that is a Stonewall fact, right? I was getting mentioned before I even did anything.
Right, okay,
so that,
I can respond to that then. The reason you got mentioned is because MT said, I thought you and Alex had squashed it because you're in my live. I said, no, Alex has been blocked. And I said, yes, we have squashed things, but I'll never forget what you've done. And I have a right to say that because you've been at me for about a year, Alex. Okay, so what? But what you did is you should have gone and done a platform, gone live and had your opinion on your own. But what you did is open 8 boxes for everyone to slate me like they do every single day. Every single day is severe bullying. And, you know, I have all the evidence, Alex.
yeah, and I've also got evidence of twice when I've been in your box.
I mentioned your name. Oh, dear. No, Alex goes live for 10 hours. Unless everyone else in the box.
Angie, answer me this then. Was I or was I not in your box about 2 weeks ago, right, against 8 people, and one of your people that you call your friends called me a nonce, right, and you left that person in the box?
Well, just like what you do. When
No.
Buster,
Did that happen, Ange?
Well, it's the same with Jimmy Savile.
Do you not do that with
Tam, do you want
like
to
when you call me
unmute
Jimmy
Tam?
Savile? When Pearl calls me Jimmy Savile, do you not leave her in the
You did
box?
an edit of Angie's face on Jimmy Savile, so it's the same difference,
Linz, I'm
Alex.
talking to
You
Angie.
can't-
Why'd you get involved?
I'm talking to you.
Oh, yeah, well,
You're not getting
not talking
involved
to
because
you.
you've dragged me into it as well. You've made
I'm not
edits to
mentioning
me.
you at the moment, Linz.
Yeah, but you can't
What's the
criticise
difference?
Angie for somebody
calling me a
saying
nonce,
the nonce
Alex.
word when you're the one
Who's
that's calling
never called
Angie a
you a
nonce, and you're putting you're practically calling her it by putting that face on Jimmy Savile's face.
Do you know why I do
People
that?
mock.
Do you know why I do that? It's because kids never stop leaving that woman's mouth. It's weird. Always something to do with kids.
Well, because I mentioned
Always
your
something to do with
parenting.
parenting.
I don't mention children, I mention your parenting, and that's
No,
the
you
only
don't.
person I mention is your parenting, Alex.
But you can stop.
It is going round in circles, Abby, it is.
What do you mean, stalker, Chippy? You're the stalker, mate. You're
As
weird.
soon as Angie fires up alive, you're there. You're in a
Right,
comment.
Chippy,
You're
can I just have a
arguing
quick
with fucking
conversation
comments
with
all
you
the
a
time.
second? Can I have a quick Right, listen, this was civilised when I stopped talking, then you came in and said about Angie being ganged up and targeted and right?
She was.
Understandably, that's your opinion and you are well within entitled to your opinion.
It's the truth.
Right, okay. If we're going to... I'm not going to disagree with you because I can't be asked arguing with you, pal.
I don't want to argue with you, but Zabby, I don't like what was said about you yesterday.
Right.
But,
okay.
Let's get that straight. But, all right, people do wrong, all right? But bullying up on a vulnerable woman, they all know she's got... Chippy, this is
the point, Chippy, right? When I spoke, I was saying about everyone needs to talk, not shout, talk, And if anyone's going to have a conversation and start throwing sly digs, it's only going to make the argument even worse. I believe, and this is my belief, I'm not going to sit here and say it's facts because I'd be a bit narcissistic to say that. I think there's too many narcissists in this live that don't see any wrong in what they've done. You can sit there and cry victim all of you want, right? The facts are everybody has said, I'm not saying you are, Chippy. Please don't think I'm personally saying this to you. I'm saying it to everybody.
It was just over because I mentioned Alex's name, saying it's squash, but it'll never be forgotten. You know, I mentioned Alex's name. He fires up alive and opens 8 boxes for everyone to slate me badly. If that's not bullying, then there's something you need to honestly...
And mock and self-harm. Do you think that's right?
Mocking my essay.
And you open up.
Kelly is constantly cam-toing me. Alex, you're cam-toing me when I was crying my eyes out. You're disgusting my dead father. You're disgusting my dead father, right?
I can't listen to these lies, Donna.
And Kelly, you're laughing.
Let Alex speak, guys.
I will happily listen to...
You let 8 people in your box that attack me on numerous occasions. So how can you sit there and say that you don't do that?
Only when we're
You
talking
do
about
that. You do it to numerous people. You do it to numerous
talking about me. I'm asking you, Kelly.
Christmas Day, you came at me. Christmas Day, you came at me. I got the proof. You came at me in Pearl on Christmas Day.
We're going
you started at me in Pearl for no reason.
I'm asking you to leave me alone.
So you leave me alone furthermore. You leave me alone. You're obsessed.
No,
you're obsessed. You leave me alone.
Kelly, you're talking about Angie all the time on your lives.
Oh, Lindsay, you shut up, man. Like
you shut up. You're a liar.
You know what you are, man. You shut up.
You're a liar. You're irritating.
Alex, Tam, did you want to speak? Because I ain't heard Tam yet. Sorry, Tam. Alex.
And don't shout. Just talk, man. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Just talk.
Right, the facts of the matter is, how you doing, Xavier? Right. Facts of the matter is, right. Yes.
Oh, Tam.
What did Tam say? I can't hear.
I think she's just really upset. And what I want to say, right, Chippy, this is what I want to say. Tam has been the backbone to supporting me, okay? She's been there through thick and thin, right? Tam doesn't want my name mentioned. That's the facts of it. She's drawn a line with Kelly and Serena and other people that cause misery. And some of my friends, close friends, even have a slight distaste to it because they've seen the trauma that I went through, yeah? I'm not going to keep sitting here crying victim, right? But when a man is pushed into a corner and he feels like he cannot escape, yeah, what is he expected to do? I regularly have suicidal thoughts and tendencies, and everybody sat here crying about how they've been bullied and they've been targeted, but yet they are the same people that have continued to stay on live every day, 24/7 a day. I'm not going to start saying that what people should and shouldn't do. I can only talk on my own personal experiences. When I don't have the confidence or when I feel like I'm being targeted, I can't come online. I can't physically bring myself to it because it's not worth it to me. I'm not being paid from it. I'm not getting fed from it. And it's not keeping me out.
Right. So I'm sorry you've gone through all that, all right? As a man, I'm sorry you've gone through that. Because I've been in situations like you, all right? Where everything's against you, where it gets you so down and depressed, mate. I've been there, all right? Maybe not on the scale you've been, but I have been there. Now, you've made a good point about it all being squashed, right? Yeah? It should all be squashed. Everybody should just whatever. All right, it works both ways. All right? So Angie needs people to squash it with her as well. All right? Because 100%. Last night was the final straw for me when she went into No Case as well. I'm not having a go at you, No Case, personally, but she went in that live and she was bullied at her most lowest. And that was horrible to see. It was disgusting to see. Now, two grown men should not, Big Jam and No Case should not be bullying her like they did last night.
Listen,
I'm sorry, I'm not going to say
we bully Angie, yeah? And in fact, let me just say something. Let me just say something quickly, yeah? Because of Chippy or whatever you call yourself, you literally can't be sitting here crying what you're crying about when some bird called Scattered. Shut up a minute. Some bird called Scattered Art last night come up into Angie's live. Hold on. Let's talk about Angie's live. Just mute this for a minute, please. Come up into Angie's live last night and you abused her. You started screaming at her. And what? Do you know what? I come with evidence every time. So do you want me to play that?
Is everybody okay with no face playing it?
People that are viewing are always going to have their preference of person that they support. Now, Linz, I respect you as a moderator of Angie. I've never had a bad word to say about you. You've never had a bad word to say about me. However, if we're talking about the actual facts of who's in the right and who's in the wrong, there's going to be too many people that have a biased side, okay? My opinion this is my opinion from what Chippy just said, yeah? I don't see No Face bullying anybody. No Face, when Angie was going mad at Danny, which was his moderator, he said, I'm not going to allow you to bully my moderator. No Face didn't even have a negative word to say to Angie. He didn't name call her. So what I would like to know is, what do you define as bullying?
Because okay, then why didn't No Face kick Pearl out when she called me Jimmy Savile? Do you think it's okay? I mean, how would you feel, Sevi, if I called you Jimmy Savile? She's been saying it for weeks. She's calling me. That's me being called a nonce.
Right, can I quickly play this video, please, Miss?
Right, before you do,
and it's not fair you playing this video because obviously I'm going to play the
video about. I can't hear. What's the video about?
So a girl called Scattered Art got up into Delusive Angie's box last night to explain the situation to do with her kid heard saying that Angie had said, we're not going to get into the subject about a thing, but this is the way that this guy spoke to her.
No, hold on a minute. Before you play it.
He's not on live. I don't go on live very often. So Scattered, you're sat in your house on your phone with your child, listening to TikTok, listening to something that could possibly be toxic, and you're blaming everybody else but yourself. And you're seriously wrong in the head. Fuck up! I'm sick of fucking hearing idiots like you.
So that's the way he was talking to a woman last night.
No Face, why don't you play the full thing?
There were 7 people against one girl.
Play the full thing.
Play the video, let me speak. Don't mute me. Before you play anything else, all right? The whole conversation Miss Red was last night. A lady came in, all right? She came in.
Chippy, I can't hear you, darling. I can't hear you at all.
Hold on a minute.
I'm sorry, but what I just listened to, that's a form of bullying. I wouldn't say what No Face said was bullying.
Davy, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Right, so what happened last night is I'd listened to all this shit that was going on yesterday for the 13 hours, all right? So I was at the end of my tether. This lady came in and basically blamed Angie for going on TikTok and talking stuff. And because this lady's boy heard it on her phone in her house, decided that it was all Angie's fault and that it shouldn't be allowed, it blah, blah, blah. So I lost my rag. Absolutely, I did. Now, No Case, I don't normally scream and shout at women, all right?
Would you apologise for that then?
Because I don't, all right? But I'd had enough. After your live last night, I'd just ended my fucking tether, all right? And that's how it was.
Would you apologise for that then? Would you say that was used out of order for that?
Yes, I would, because I'm a man. And I would apologise. That's why I don't come on and argue with Pearl, all right? Because Pearl's always got a lot to say, and I will not argue with her because she's a woman, all right?
But could you go there and say that the people who jumped into my live and actually had a pop at Angie yesterday were at the end of their tether, and that's why they were the way they were?
Maybe they were.
Well then, so don't excuse yourself and not everyone else.
But can I just say that video of yesterday, so do you think it's Angie's fault that a young boy heard Angie's live? But that's what it is, so that's where that whole stemmed from, though.
We're talking about the way he spoke to her. It don't matter what the situation was. You don't talk to her like that. It's simple as that, isn't it?
That's fair enough.
Lindsay, could I ask you a question, please?
Yeah.
Guys, I've just got to pop somewhere for a minute. Carry on, please.
All right. Lindsay, could I just ask you a question? And again, I'm not trying to point fingers or anything like that, but you watched all of yesterday, yeah?
Yeah, most of it, yeah.
Okay. Did you remember the part in that live where Angie said that she wished she went to the island with what was it called, Alex? What's he called?
Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein. She was listen. She was taking. Listen, Xavi.
And please tell me what's funny about the thousands of children that have been abused on that island, Angie.
Can I speak?
It's not funny though, is it? But it's not funny. Thousands and thousands of children have been exploited on that island.
It's okay for me being called Jimmy Savile, is it?
Can I please
Can I just
finish?
answer that?
Yeah, please, can I finish the question that I was asking you, right? So that's what I wanted to ask you. You heard it. I'm not saying that Angie said she wants to go there and do anything with children. What she actually said was she wants to go to the island because if she went to the island, that would mean she was rich, okay? Now, my question is, because we all heard that, right?
Not everyone who went to the island was involved in the abuse, though, Zevi, either.
Angie, no, but the point is, let me ask you this question, right? So every person that went to that island, was complicit to the abuse that those children suffered, right?
Have you not been to newspapers? They weren't.
Someone didn't know about it, though. That's the thing.
They funded the owner of the island.
But they did not all know. I've read about it. They said not all of them.
I've read about it.
You must think I'm verbally attacked. Listen, the point was that I was trying to make, guys, and I don't want to raise my voice. I don't want to raise my voice, but I will raise my voice to get my point across, right? So if I can sit there and laugh and joke about wanting to go to an island just so I become rich or whatever it might have been your excuse, whether it was a joke or not, does that or does that not say to you that that behaviour is questionable and shouldn't be promoted in front of thousands of people that have been abused by people from the...
So, okay, I've got a question for you, Zevi. So,
can just...
Pearl and Alex constantly calling Jimmy Savile.
Could Lindsay answer the question?
I'm asking you a question now, Zevi.
And then Angie, I'm more than happy to answer any of your questions.
Right, okay, the question is, it's okay for Alex and Pearl to constantly call me Jimmy Savile. What about his victims? What about his victims? Are they not taking the piss out?
Yeah, it depends on... Listen, it depends on how you take it. What Angie was meaning is, it was meaning that, you know, like how the rich and famous, they went, she meant as if, I wish I could have been in. See that you keep interrupting it. Alex, you keep interrupting.
It's one-sided, Lindsay. There's no point. It's one-sided.
Xavi asked me the question. I've got Alex in time interrupting us.
Yeah, can everybody else stay quiet? Yeah, please. Go
on. I can't hear.
So what I was trying to say was basically is that when the way Angie said that was that meaning that, she would be rich and famous, not like, I would like to go to the island. And do you know what I mean?
I agree.
In the same sense, so as Xavi, right? You've got to look at it is the fact is that she's been called Jimmy Savile absolutely constantly. Alex has put an edit of her face on. He's done edits of me, but mainly on Jimmy Savile. Now, obviously, there's still Jimmy Savile survivors that are still alive, obviously. So can you imagine it's the same difference? Can you imagine what they're feeling like if they're coming online and they're seeing people laughing and joking?
Can I please debunk
I haven't finished, Alex, but go on.
No, let me debunk it very fast because you're lying, Lynn's, right? Because if it was anything to do with money, right, I was mentioning, if you want me to get the live back up, I will. I was mentioning the stuff that was going on. I said, you know what, all this stuff about kids, it's creepy and stuff like that. You was on the Epstein flight list, and Angie says, I'd love to go to the island. That's what was said. There's nothing. And then she mentioned money after. She mentioned money after. So don't lie, Lynn.
So what are you saying, Alex? What are you saying?
Why are you trying to mock Epstein's victims by saying, you're on the flight list, Ange? You're on the flight list. Like, you're Jimmy Savile.
Can I defend myself?
Yeah, you call it victims.
I can't.
Sorry, I've had loads of accusations and I've sat here patiently because if I don't sit here patiently, I'm going to shout and scream and then it's all going to be Tam's fault again. So yesterday, Miss Red, on Alex's live, obviously there was conversations going on, arguments going on, as per usual, because Angie starts shit and doesn't like to finish it, right? I haven't finished, delusional Angie. Shut up.
No, you shut up, Tim.
Let's finish, Ange.
I left the live. And as soon as I left the live, I had people messaging me, come back quickly, she's about to mention Savvy. I go back into the thing, and the first thing I see is her talking about the times and mentioning things that everybody knows refers to Kelly and Savvy.
I will bring up the live. I will bring up the video and I will take you on it, Tim. That's a lie. You said to me, don't mention his name. And I said, whose name? And you went,
So, Tam, why are you mocking people with addictions, calling people
Don't
drunk and
fuck yourself,
scum now?
Lindsay. Listen, I ain't going to speak to someone like you who writes letters to people on death row. Go fuck yourself, Lindsay.
You go fuck yourself.
So listen,
so fucking angry, calm down.
Point, right? This was my point, yeah?
bring the live up, guys.
So that behaviour, if you ask me personally, it's only my opinion, it's questionable behaviour because in my eyes, I wouldn't find it funny, nor would I find it entertaining to take the piss out of a situation where thousands of young children have been abused.
Wait a minute, Sevi, but yeah, Alex and Pearl can come to Jimmy Savile.
Miss Red, can't you mute the bitch? Can you just mute her for 5 minutes?
Is that what you're saying, myself?
Right, listen, I'm trying to explain why I'm not saying what Pearl said or what Alex has said is acceptable, but I can tell you why.
Don't just be one-sided, Sevi.
I can tell you why I believe the reasons why they have said that. Okay, now Angie,
do you think that's laughable to put Jimmy Savile on your phone? Why would you even have Jimmy Savile on your phone, man?
Yeah, it is for you. It is for you.
Yeah, see, Tam, you're just contradicting yourself, saying it is for you.
It is for you. You can't keep kids out your mouth.
Yeah, that's the reason why.
You're not going to get a word in.
It's funny for you because you cannot keep kids out your mouth.
No, I don't.
You kind of stick up for kids, Tam, when you're laughing at Jimmy Savile, the Jimmy Savile situation. So you're contradicting yourself. You're contradicting. I know. I'd rather try to pay on death row. I'd rather try to pay on death row than talk to you, Tam. You angry little woman. You angry little woman. You angry little woman.
Hang on, guys. Whoa,
calm down, Tam.
We go 10 steps forward, we go 10 steps back.
I know. Yes, we never get a chance to say nothing. That's why.
Right. So listen, my point was, if you're not a parent,
go fuck yourself, Lins.
Listen, if you're not a parent, this is my opinion. If you're not a parent, you shouldn't be sat there questioning other people's parenting. Now, if somebody questions my parenting and you're the person that's not got children, that to me tells me that you shouldn't be questioning anybody's parenting, especially if you don't have your own children. Now, this is my point. If I kept talking about everybody else's children, somebody's going to say, Zav's a bit obsessed with everybody's children. That's a bit questionable. And then they're going to make edits saying...
All I've said, Sevi, is how come Alex don't see his kids? That's not mentioning his children. That's mentioning why don't we see his kids. That's
what about What about you persuading people to report me to social services then? What about that?
That's another lie, Tam. That's another lie.
Oh, yeah, of course it is. Of course it's a lie.
Show me the evidence. That's a lie.
Miss Red, please mute her. Please mute her, because I can't cope. I'm going to end up screaming.
There's only one denominator here who's shouting, right? And for this to be resolved and moved on, and actually, I think some people don't want it to be dropped, to be honest. I think some people actually like the views, like the likes and the gifts, whatever, right? The point is, if it's not the child that's done something, who the fuck are you to, not to you, Angie, or anybody else, I'm talking in jest now, who are you to talk about anybody else's children?
Well, people can talk about my dead, Jay. You can talk about my dead. Question has how my dead
People talked about me being a parent, Zavi, so...
And then Alex had to go at Lynn's about her children.
Can I just say
I've never done that, though, Angie, have I?
I'm not talking to you, Tim. I'm saying Alex.
Why is it even going on to the subject to children? The point was, is if I start sitting here saying Lindsay's a bad mum, Angie's a bad mum, Pearl's a bad mum, somebody is at some point going to say, why is Zav always talking about children? You are a fucking nonce. That's what someone will say if you keep talking about children. Now, the point is, right, this is what I give the advice to No Face yesterday.
You can go at DHB, Sevi, yeah? You can go at DHB asking how come he don't see his children.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yet again. That's what you didn't tell you the first time round.
You know what?
But Zavi, can I just wait to Zavi?
Yeah.
Zavi, can you say though, like it's like sort of both sides? It's always tit for tat. It's on both sides. I could sit down and say, Alex has said this, Alex said that. Yes, Angie said wrong things at the same time. But it's where do it come out? Like what point is it when somebody does self harm or unalive themselves?
Linz, I do agree exactly what you're saying, and I think what happens is when someone adds 2 and then the other brings 3, the other person brings 6, yeah. And before you know it, the people that I support and the people that support me, of course, you're stupid not to support them back, right? Alex has been a very supportive person to me. Miss Red's been a very supportive person to me, and Pearl and everybody else has, right? But what I'm trying to say, yeah, is if I start talking about your kids and then you start talking about my kids, we can't sit here and say we're both as bad as each other because I started the argument about your kids. Now, if I lower myself, if let's say you try and call me on my looks and say your dad's got a big nose, and then I start talking about you wearing glasses, right? That makes me just as bad as you, but you're the problem because it was you that started it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, I never started because I've been called Jimmy
I'm not sitting here. This is the problem. I'm not trying to make people hold accountable for the right.
You've been called Jimmy Savile for weeks.
Right, can I explain why I call you Jimmy Savile for? Can I explain without anybody else putting in, please? Right, you are constantly saying I do things with my grandchildren, with children. No, please, Miss Red, can you mute her?
Pearl, you said called out Pedalo first.
Lindsay, shut up!
Hang on, let's let me speak, Ange, and then you can reply. Go on, Pearl.
Right, I'm speaking to Angie and nobody else.
And then Ange can reply.
Angie, Jimmy Savile for, what right have you got, you who knows nothing about my life, is to keep saying that I do things with my grandchildren. I harbour kids into the trailer with the Christmas tree and candy canes. Right, whatever I do with my grandchildren, I've got no convictions whatsoever against me for child things, for anything like that. And why I call you Jimmy Savile is your tongue, right, rolls out like an Axminster carpet, and all we ever hear is, you're a wrong-un, you're a wrong-un, your device once checked the dark web, pedalo, I can't say the word what you called me, so that's why I call you Jimmy Savile, because if you think about things that much, you've either looked into it, done it, and I'm saying it on a live now, you've either looked into it, done it, or you're fucking infatuated with it. End of. So yes, I will call you Jimmy Savile. Right, and what are you going to do about it?
Can I reply being interrupted? First of all, you called me Jimmy Savile on Alex's live a long time ago, weeks ago, before I even mentioned anything. And then we had one going back and forth on it. You keep requesting me, you goad me constantly. And someone said, you got someone sitting next to you when we're doing a battle. And I said, who? And you said, my grandchild. And you turn around to me and goes, but I'm not going to put the camera on my grandchild because I know that you've probably got
poisoned eyeballs to see him, yes.
Can I speak? Yeah, and you said I probably got sinister thoughts. That is what you said. You started calling me Jimmy Savile a long time, and I turned around to you, Pearl. I said, "But wait a minute, Pearl. I don't have children. I'm on here 2 years. I don't have children around me, but you do." That's what I said. That's what I said. You did say you're not putting that phone on your grandchild.
You're that much of a liar.
That's what you said. I'm a liar.
You went into somebody's live yesterday, called Mother Teresa a Kent. Then you said you didn't. And 20 minutes later, you backtracked. You called Luke the Judge.
Started on Alex's live. I've got the video.
He was a gay unaliver.
You requested me 3 times to do a battle. You did. And then you said your grandchild. Let me speak. What's the point, Miss Red? I was meant to have my say.
As well as everything else that you do.
I don't think anyone's going to hold accountability for
one-sided. I've got the evidence. I've got the proof of the police, Pearl. Because just so you know, it has gone to the police. And I've got the evidence. You said it first. You did say it first, Pearl, and I reacted. Retaliated back. I retaliated back and said, but Pearl, I'm not the one who's walking around me. That is what I said, Pearl, to you. And then you were trying to goad me and said, yes, I've got my grandchild here. Why? You've got something to say about that.
You are a liar. You are a liar.
So can I just say, do you not think calling, throwing the Jimmy Savile word around, do you not think that's mocking his victims, so-called Angie is with everything?
So do you not think you're calling me a fucking peddler?
You started calling out peddler first. We all know you did.
You don't know anything about it. Keep out if you just a little girl.
There's no point, Lens.
I'm not a little girl, Pearl. I've got a job. I've got a kid. I've got a parent.
And I'm going to say, Zavi, you should be ashamed of yourself because you're saying that I'm questionable because I said about a joke about the island, blah, blah, blah. When people are calling me Jimmy Savile, putting my face on Jimmy Savile. Why would you even have Jimmy Savile on your phone now?
Was a joke.
Lens has been called Jeffrey Dahmer, all sorts of things. It's disgusting. A man unalived himself for that word. And that's what you're saying. That I'm questionable. How goddamn dare you? How goddamn dare you?
Let's talk about that.
A man unalived himself because of that word, and you're saying I'm questionable because I'm talking about someone's parenting. Because all people do is call me Jimmy Savile on here. Pearl and Alex for weeks.
Because all you do is call people peddlers.
I've got the dates there with the police now.
Use mock addictions as well. Call people algaes and pill poppers.
When you put tomatoes in,
Can I just say, like, Pearl's just starting to mock self-harming now, so Zabby, did you hear that? Saying to put tomato ketchup on. She did actually self-harm. She did STH. She did STH. She did STH. Alex, shut up.
Everyone, do you know what I think's funny, right? This is what I think's funny now, right? So, Angie, you think I'm a disgrace because you believe I agree.
They said if anyone brings up children, which I've never brought up children, I'm bringing up parenting, just like everyone did DHB. It's pick and choose, yeah? Everyone went at DHB saying, where's your DHB? We're mentioning the parenting. Where's the kids? That's not talking about kids.
Zabby, can you not say the double standards, Zabby? Can you not say the double standards?
You got Alex using the dark web for 10 years. Of course I question the dark web. Guess what's on the dark web, Savvy? Child trafficking, child abuse. Just because I mentioned it's disgusting, the dark web doesn't mean I'm questionable.
You know what? I actually think Lynn's could actually bring a lot of sense to this because she's seen a lot of it, right? Let me just say something right now, yeah?
Savvy, don't talk where she fucking lies a lot.
Listen,
Stop it. Stop being angry.
I haven't once said a nasty word to Angie, yeah? But yet Pearl has, Alex has, and you still keep coming back to me saying I'm a sugar.
I just told you why, Savvy. You turned around and said that I'm questionable because I mentioned children. Listen, everything about mentioning children.
I didn't say you. I said if anybody is talking about somebody else's parenting.
Say the main, Tam. You're just the pot.
Or anyone in here. Should I call you all a beast? Because
you can't even have a civil conversation.
The biggest one.
Because then you've got to mock alcoholism, and then you've got to.
I'm going to jump down.
What we'll do is we'll set a time for 3 minutes. How do you like that? In circles.
Do that.
We're going to do a time for 3 minutes, all right? Because it's just going to be on forever. All right, here we go.
Cut me show off.
No face. No face. Is there any sound? Oh, Angie. Go on, Ange.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I think there's nothing questionable about me, okay? I've been on here 2 years, never have children around me. Pearl started on Alex's live when he used to do 12-hour lives about me, calling me Jimmy Savile, poison eyeballs, Jimmy Savile. I'm mocking my SH, it's tomato sauce. There's a lot of things she's called me. It's just, and she's also called Mama Kaza a man. Let's not forget she's also been transphobic, okay? Because it is transphobic to call a trans woman a man, okay? And saying that they've got sinister thoughts if they want to use the toilet, okay? Now, and also when I say I'm talking about your parenting. And when Alex is talking about my dead dad constantly, 12-hour lives, yes, I'm going to question where his kid is. And all I've done is, well, does Alex actually see his kid? That's all I've said. I've not mentioned his child. I'm mentioning his parenting. Where's your kid, Alex? Because you're on live, doing firing up these lives for 24 hours. It's ridiculous. And then regarding the dark web, I've heard a lot about the dark web. As you know, my personal details are put on the dark web. Tam thought that was funny. Chloe with the black heart thought that was funny. I was absolutely terrified. I didn't even know the dark web existed. I Googled it. A lot of people maybe scared the hell out of me in the comments saying this and that. I'm on a bidding site. I was like, what the hell? Yes, maybe I was being naive. I believed it. I was on the phone to the police terrified of leaving my house because of the dark web. Now, when I read about the dark web, people were also telling me about child trafficking on the dark web and child abuse. Okay. So yes, I have mentioned children that way because I think the dark web is disgusting. I think if you use the dark web, you're wronging, right? Okay. And that's my thoughts on the dark web. I'm sorry. That's my opinion. Like you always say, Paul, you got your opinions on the trans community. Dark web, you keep away from it. You're wrong if you're on the dark web. That's my opinion. So please don't say that it's questionable that I talk about children. I don't talk about children in that kind of way. I talk about safety of children. I don't need to be a parent to actually protect children. I have a niece, remember? Okay. So when you're calling me Jimmy Savile and all this kind of things, Pearl and Alex, yeah, you got to remember my nieces will be using this TikTok as well. So don't just think because you've got kids, it's okay to say it. Now, Alex, you've been firing up lives for 12 hours about me, talking about my dead father. You've called me.
Angie's sound's gone. No sound. Ange, there's no sound. I haven't touched it, guys. Go on, Pearl. I didn't touch anything, guys. Pearl?
Hi, everybody. Right, firstly, like I was trying to say, why I call you Jimmy Savile for, there's a video out of you calling me a peddler, right? They're my beautiful, beautiful grandchildren. I don't gorge you. You're constantly coming onto me videos, leaving messages. You're constantly sending us messages saying I'm getting the police to come to us. Send your granny on a scooter for all I care, right? I'm not really interested. But yes, you are questionable. You do need your devices checking because you do go on this. I never heard of the dark web, but you've constantly gone on about children. The children's never out of your mouth, right? You called Mother Teresa a Kent and then said you didn't. 20 minutes after, you come out and it was all on your live. You called Luke the judge, Jeffrey whoever, and said he was a gay slayer, right? You said, you say all kinds because you're a born-faced liar and everything you do is a joke. When we do it, we are trans people, we are liars, we are peddlers. So listen, Angie, give your little head a shake, baby. Stop sitting in that little box room like a parasite, and because you've even started pill popping and I'm sure your brain is mushed up, right? So listen, stop on about me grandkids and everything. And when we agreed to stop talking about each other, that's when you were going onto my videos and leaving little messages. So I had to block you. And then you start, however you were getting through, still leaving us private messages again, saying I was going to get the police. Like I said, bring your granny on a scooter. I don't really care. You're not that interested in my life. And the only reason I go back is because you're like a little parasite. You leech onto something because you're getting the views and whatever. You run with it, right? But like I say, when you do anything, it's a joke. When anybody else does it, it's meant 100%. And that's all I've really got to say on the matter. Like I say, you're not interesting. I'm not interested in you. And live your own life and start getting out that bedroom and you might feel a bit better. Because I think you're taking too much smoke inhalation in. It's a tiny room and you whirly whirls of smoke around yourself. So get a life, me little chicken. It'll do you good. And honestly, and I look at you when you go out to the pub, I mean, you're not worried about your safety or your mum's safety then, because your mummy's left at home and you out with your wig on in disguise because you're famous. The paparazzi's out to you. Enjoy your life. Get out that bedroom a bit more. And honestly, I bet you're going to be a different person in no time. And that's all I've got to say. And bam from that, I wish you well, me baby.
Thank you, Pearl. Angie is owed 1.5 minutes, guys, so we will get Angie back in once everybody has finished. Come on, Lynn, darling.
Hi, my head's just absolutely mashed with it all. But I understand what Zavi's saying, but what my point to Zavi was like, it's like double standards. It's like, yes, Angie doesn't say the right things now and again, fair enough, we all know that. So most of the time she does own it, and then she will say, oh, well, I shouldn't have said that. Doesn't give her an excuse, fair enough. But it's okay for the likes of like her face to be put on Jimmy Savile's face. That's mocking Jimmy Savile's victims. You know, we can all go backwards and forwards here. Like with Pearl did call her a peddler first, but we can see, like I say, we can sit and argue all day and night. I've been dragged into stuff. I've been called about my parenting. Alex said to me, if you follow the likes of Angie and EQ, then what type of a parent are you? You don't deserve to be a parent. So it's the same difference for everyone. Like I say, Pearl was transphobic to Mama Kaz, which was wrong. So why does people not go at the likes of Pearl when the way they go for Angie? I just don't get it. It's like, sorry, my head's just, I've got a banging headache, but it's just like people call me an enabler. Like, what, because I support Angie? Do you know what I mean? What happened yesterday was that, you know, she got into an argument with MT and Alex was in the comments. I was in MT's live watching it all. All of Angie's haters were in there winding Mother Teresa and Angie up. So that should have just been left to her and Mother Teresa. Why did then Alex have to spark his own live up and then do a whole hate live again on Angie. The last time he done a live was about Angie. The time before that, it was about Angie. So you can understand where Angie's coming from, where she's kicking off. She might be shouting. And yes, in No Face's live yesterday, I know No Face wasn't saying anything bad to her directly, but it's a fact that like people were mocking her SH, saying that was tomato ketchup. Yes, her mum did say it on the live. Her mum was winding her up. Do you know what I mean? But people were actually at the hospital with Angie the time when she did do that. So I think it's just an insult to people who do self-harm, people who have been a victim of child abuse, and whatever else you want to add to the mix. I don't know. Miss Red, you can just thingy me because my head's banging, sorry.
You have got 41 seconds left, though, Lynn.
It's all right. You can just put the next one on.
We have to wait for the next person.
Oh, shut up, say next, man. Here it is.
I've had to mute it because things going crazy, but we will get Ange back in for her extra 1.5 minutes because it's only fair that everybody has the right amount of time. I don't know how to skip to the next person, Linz, but we've got 19 seconds left. Hopefully today we can have
I've got a pen pal on death row what Tam and Alex keep going on about. It's nothing to do with kids, nothing to do with rape. He's put it in a paling. I'm literally just talking to somebody. It's a pen pal, that's it. And many other people's got pen pals. If you need any information, you can inbox it.
There you go. Here's our Zav.
Right, I've got 3 minutes to discredit everybody. Are you ready? Listen, this is what I want to say, yeah? If people that are not intoxicated or whatever, a normal mindset will know that I didn't say that you, Angie, are questionable. I said if anybody does talk about people's children, that is questionable behaviour. That is going to make people overthink and make assumptions, yeah? Now, I'm not going to go into your whole SH, right? But like Lynn's just said, her mum come on the live and said it wasn't true, right? And although Lynn said it was a joke from her mum to everybody else, what is anybody else going to think? What would anybody want them to expect? Like, if I told everybody I self-harm and then my mum walks in and says, oh, no, you haven't, stop lying, you're going to automatically presume that I'm lying and my mum's telling the truth, because what's my mum going to get out of it? She's not got 5,000 people in the live. She's not getting loads of likes and gifts, okay? And I'm not sitting here, and I'll never will sit here and mock somebody's SH, because I am actually a true survivor of SH in mental, whatever, right? And this is my point, yeah? We're not going to get anywhere by shouting, and I believe there's only one denominator here that's constantly raising the voice to try and discredit everybody, right? We could all sit here for 3 minutes and say, Angie's done this, Angie's done this, Angie's done this, Angie's done this, Angie's done that, yeah? Some people have lowered their standards to go back at her with the same attitude that she went at them, okay? And now that's not okay, and it's not right, no. But you can't control anybody, just like we can't control anybody in this live. But the facts is that this isn't going to end until the line is drawn and moved on, okay? And for me, I'm not sat on live 24/7 talking about everybody else. So why are they doing it to me? Most of you are 20 years older than me. So again, why are you all sat there talking about me like I'm the number one popular person on TikTok when I'm not even on it? I believe Alex, I think Alex has retaliated, maybe not in the right way, but that was his way to retaliate. And I also believe the same with Pearl, because from what I could see on the comments of Pearl's, and some people might say Zav's just biased because he likes Pearl and he likes Alex. Well, maybe so, because they've done nothing but be loyal to me. I've never said a bad word about Angie, but Angie sat there laughing about me saying I'm a beast yesterday on the live. No Face does have the voice recordings and video recordings. That's not acceptable. I'm not sitting here enabling Alex's behaviour, and I don't expect other people to sit here enabling Angie's behaviour. The facts are, you've done wrong, you accept responsibility, you hold your hands up and you move on from it, because that's what adults are meant to be doing. Now us, we have it, you know me for running out of time. We have a duty of care as social media influencers to influence the young and the youth in doing the right things, right? Please don't waste the police time, because there's many cases being neglected due to people wasting police time. God bless you.
Thanks, Zav. We've got Chippy now, guys.
I think we're all fed up with the tit for tat. Everybody's done a little bit of something wrong. We all end up doing things and saying things that we don't want to say or do. I would like to see it resolved in some way. I don't want to spend 3 minutes slagging people off. It's got to stop at some point. So
Chippy, everyone's saying they can't hear you.
Will I unmute again? Is that better?
That's better.
So I don't want to spend, like I said, I don't want to spend 3 minutes slagging people off. I think it's got to stop at some point. I think we've all got to try and sit back from each other, try and avoid each other, not start lives up because somebody else has got a live going. Use your platforms for something a bit more positive. Let's talk about other things. Let's be aware of other things. I've done things and said things I don't want to say. I've been getting into the arguments. I don't want to get in the arguments. I know it might seem like I do, but I don't. I just feel like I need to defend Angie sometimes because I feel she's a bit over bullied. Now, people might disagree with that. That's fine. But I do think she's bullied, and I think people need to stop. And I think the likes of Alex and that, please just stop putting the lives up. Stop. When you've got a live going, don't talk about Angie. Then she can't talk about you and vice versa. And I think get something more positive going. Zavi, I am so sorry you've gone through so much shit. All right? I genuinely mean that because I've been there with you. All right? But yeah, I don't know what else to say, but I just wish it had all stopped.
So obviously, Chippy, you're obviously you're Angie's friend. I'm
everybody's friend.
Yeah. Do you feel like we can at least draw a line under the sand, everybody today? Would you like that?
But it takes everybody to do it, even Pearl. Because Pearl has said she don't want to stop it. But I think, Pearl, you've got to sort of be that grown-up woman and say, all right, I'm not going to mention it. I'm not going to call you it again. And let's see what you do. Surely that's fair. And if Angie then criticises you and then after that, then that's Angie's done wrong. But someone's got to stop it somewhere. It doesn't matter who it is. Okay? It's got to stop.
Yeah, because it's just a vicious circle going round and round. Hopefully, once everybody's spoke, we can at least, everybody that's in the boxes, get some resolving done today. Nobody speaks about this person, but everybody has got to have what they want to say in the box. Get it off the chest. And then after this, hopefully everybody can move on. I don't know who's next in the box. Who's next? Oh, it's Tam. Go on, our Tam.
Do you know what? I'm so just, I can't even be bothered. Yesterday, it's as simple as this. Yesterday, Angie was goading Kelly, talking about the things that Kelly had done on Angie's platform in regards to Savvy. I jumped in, yes I did, and said don't mention his name. It's as simple as that. Angie played dumb and acted like she didn't know who I was talking about, but she clearly did because she was goading Kelly about it. And I've got nothing else to say other than my beef with Angie is her and her two little fucking Mystic Meg friends decided to call social services on me. So 5,000 of you can now listen to it. I had a social worker ring me last week because Angie and her two little friends decided they were going to call social services. Angie encouraged it. She then went on her own platform and laughed about it. Well, the last laugh was on you, love, because the amount of times you've talked about my children, social services said they haven't got no concerns. So that didn't work, and that's what my problem is with Angie. And will I stop? No, I won't. Why won't I stop? Because she talked about my children, because she tried to get people to have my children removed from me. She laughed on her platform about it, and I have never ever done any of those things to Angie. I've not talked about her dad. I've talked about her dog before because it was funny. I've not talked about her anything to do with personal things, and yesterday I've called her a beast, and I'm going to carry on calling her a beast because she thinks it's appropriate to tell people to call social services on people. So, and that's that. She always bullies everyone else, and then when she doesn't like the responses she gets, she cries victim. And it's simple as that. You can't even have a conversation with the woman because she shouts over you, and then everyone else gets the blame for shouting back. No, it's bollocks. The fact is, Angie, is you're a beast, and I'm fucking done with you, and I'm going to keep talking about you, and there's nothing no one can do. Now, Miss Red, I apologise to cut it so short, but I've got a card reading that I was supposed to do half an hour ago. I'm going to jump off, I've got nothing else to say, and as for you, Lindsay Prebble, you're a fucking idiot. You enable her, and you gaslight and lie. Don't think for 1 second, once I show Savvy the videos of what you've done, that he's going to believe anything that you are, because you're just a dick. You really are the world's biggest dick. You hang around with the world's biggest fucking nonce, and no fucks are given. See you later, beast.
Tam? Alex, go on.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing, everyone? The fact of the matter is, right, yeah, I have probably handled myself not in the best way. I'm going to admit to that, right? However, I have never, ever started anything. This is the truth. I've never instigated anything. I've only ever defended myself, and that is a fact. Every time the truth has been done, I have been mentioned first, or there's been something that's brought me back into it, and that's a fact. I was off the app for 2 days, and I was mentioned for 2 days, and then I fired up a live and got blamed for starting things, right? What people are failing to understand about Angie, right? She'll never, ever take accountability for her actions, right? She says, oh, I mentioned his parenting, right? I've never had a discussion about my personal life with my child, with Angie. So what gives her the right to go out and say, oh, how Alex doesn't see his daughter, Alex doesn't see his daughter? How does she know this when I've never told anyone or anything to do with my personal life, because I keep that private? Angie, right, the thing is, there's a lot of people that will support Angie, and that's fair enough. Everyone's going to support someone. However, the stuff that what I say is facts, because I've played the videos numerous times on my platform. Angie has mocked disabled people numerous times. She said Down syndrome people shouldn't have children. She's mocked DV numerous times from someone that said she's gone through it. And then she said, oh, I mentioned you fired up a live always speaking about my dad. I have never, ever fired up a live speaking about your dad. Your dad has been mentioned once, and that was only calling out your lies, because your story changed 15 times in 1 week. And that was all I was doing. I never mentioned your father in any ill way. And I said, you know what, I shouldn't even mention him at all. And I hold my hands up. And that was the only one time. So don't keep saying this, that I always constantly mention your father and all that, because you're deflecting away from the stuff that you do. You, Angie, have children in your mouth constantly. And it's very strange. And that's the reason why the people started calling you Jimmy Savile. Because anyone that free flows, instead of you say, oh, I protect children. And you don't protect no one. You don't even protect your own supporters. How many times when I was in your live, Ange, and you triggered people, who was the person that dropped down to see if there was okay? Me. When have you ever done that, Ange? Never. And you're on about mocking. Did you not mock rehab when you told everyone, I'm going to rehab, and it was all a lie? Oh, it's elusive, I'm an act. So don't you think that affects people that have really gone through that addiction and they're struggling? Don't talk about mocking, Ange, because you've got no ground to walk on. You, Ange, are a problem. You're always quick to blame other people instead of taking accountability for your own actions. Me, I'll happily take accountability. I've said sorry and I've apologised on certain. You never do. Show me once you've apologised without deflecting, with Deflection Nation underneath you, because that's all it is. It's a joke.
Thank you, Alex. Right, guys, Angie still has a minute and a half. So, Ange, I'm going to get you back on for a minute and a half because you never had your full time.
Yeah, there was a power cut.
Yeah.
Right, people aren't going to speak over me, though, are they?
No, it's your time, Angie. You've got a minute and a half.
Tam is a liar. I'm not once did I force social services. I want the evidence of that. Never have I ever called social services on Tam, ever, right? Ever. No, never. I gave her advice on my platform and said that she shouldn't do certain things when she gets angry and wants to meet Irish Kelly in car parks. I don't think that's the way to do it if you've got children, and obviously if you've got a case with social services, which she said on her live. In regards to Alex, that Jimmy Savile thing, I don't mention children. I once mentioned about your kid, and that was, why don't you see your kid? I got that from your friend Queen G, okay? Queen G told one of my friends, and she told me, you're constantly talking about me 24/7 on TikTok, and she turned to, and I found out that you don't see your kid, and I was questioning that. That's it. Not talking about your children, okay? And the fact that Tam's sitting there calling me a beast, no, Tam, you know what? That is disgusting what you said. And we got to remember that somebody actually unalived himself because of that same word. People are forgetting that, okay? Alex, you talk about disability. That was an act. That I was just winding someone up at that point, because when I said about the severe disability, I was talking about a certain person on the SAP, a certain baby that's unfortunately passed away, okay? That's what I was talking about. You twisted it around, but since you were in my box since I said that, so you haven't got a leg to stand on, because why were you in my box afterwards? I had said that because that was months and months ago. Alex,
and you've got 10 seconds. Sorry, darling.
Yeah, Alex, all you do is call me Jimmy Savile. It was nothing about children. Pearl, she keeps requesting me 3 times. I haven't spoken about her for days. And she's trying to constantly goad me all the time.
Thank you, Ange. I'm going to get No Face, No Case in because he never had his 3 minutes. And afterwards, I'm going to get Irish Kelly in because she got kicked from the box. Hi, No Face.
I was pretty much going to say what Savvy said. Like, where does this end? Like, where is it going to stop? Obviously, my thing with Angie is what happened last night with her bringing it all to my life. And do you know what? This is a prime example of what happened. Do you get what I'm saying? This live is a prime example. Everyone got up to have their say and everyone said their say. Do you get what I'm saying? But yeah, I got made out to be that I was the bully because I let everyone have their say. So I'm glad that everyone that's here, the 5.3k, can see that this live is exactly how my life went. But like Zavvy said, where does this end? Like, for one, Zavvy ain't even on the app and wants to continue off the app doing his thing with his name not being mentioned. Do you know what I mean? The Delusive and Alex thing needs to stop. Do you know what I mean? Everyone don't want to come on the app and see that constantly. And I'm sure that they don't want to wake up every morning and be constantly on about that. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's all I've got to say really is, yeah, people need to draw a line on it from this live and be done with it.
Yeah. I agree. It's just going to go round in vicious circles otherwise, you know, but people are entitled not to want to move on, you know, because a lot has been said, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But I do think some kind of pact needs to be made just purely for the, you know, for the sake of peace on TikTok, do you know what I mean? But thank you, No Case. Are you sure you've got nothing else to say?
Nothing else to say, that's it.
Okay. Thank you,
love everyone.
I'm just going to add Kelly to the box, guys, because Kelly's got 3 minutes because Kelly was involved in the live.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Kelly.
Oh, thank you. Basically, like, I just want Angie, like, to stop because I've just been sitting in the live here listening to her, yeah? And every time we try and resolve one issue, she deflects to another issue. And then we sort that and then she deflects to that. Look, Angie, it's you that doesn't want to stop things. All of us already said to you, we want to draw a line. We want to stop. Yeah, but you can't keep any of us out of your mouth. So therefore, when you get a reaction, yeah, you want to sit there and say that we're all bullying you. No, it's called the reaction to your bullshit. Yeah, maybe if you stopped calling their names every single day and bringing kids into your mouth and calling people peddlers and like you're just horrible. You're horrible. You've got the most to say about people's TV. You've got the most to say about people's children, yet you're not even a mother. You've got the most to say about peddlers, which is really concerning me, by the way. It's starting to really concern me because the way you let that slip off your tongue so easily, yeah, is disgusting. And stop pushing the narrative that you didn't know who PLM was, because I went in and told you who PLM was. But you said to me, oh, they're not. They're only a troll group. But yet you let Marcus and Aki in the box to threaten to arm me, yeah? When you surrender to them. So don't sit there, Angie, and start playing the victim, because we already know what you're going to do after you end this life. We can all sit here and say, right, we'll never speak about you again, Angie, but can you say that? Do you even ever apologize to anybody? Do you get what I'm saying? With me, yeah, I've done a lot of wrong on this app, but at least I went around and apologized and owned my actions. Where do you ever own your actions, Angie? Never. If anything, you deflect. And another thing, this is the last thing I'm saying, leave Tommy's name out of your mouth, leave our kids out of your mouth, leave Xavier out of your mouth, and leave me the fuck out of your mouth. Simple. Done. I'm not ever going to speak to you again. You're blocked, and you're blocked for a reason. And the only reason why you're coming for me, because you see that Kelly will never have your back ever again. And that's why you're so affected. Yeah? Because I've seen through you now. You can't play the mental health card with me no more. I've seen through you. You've even said you haven't got mental health. You even said you don't believe in mental health. So therefore, do one. Yeah? Miss Red, thank you very much for letting me in your live stream. That's all I've got to say. Thank you. Angie, keep my name out your mouth.
Okay, thank you, guys. Obviously, because there's more there's more of there's only three. There's Angie and two people of Angie's. So Angie, did you want to get anybody else from your side into the live to have 3 minutes? Everyone can unmute, guys.
Because I just want to say as well, Tam calling me a beast, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, how can it be like sort of He's a modern,
Can I also
like,
just say,
survivors.
can I just
Calling me a
Kelly,
beast?
she's saying Kelly's live streaming me every single day. Every single day you're live streaming me.
What
I
I'm
asked you
saying,
to leave
look,
me like
look,
Christmas
no, I
Day.
don't.
I'm getting Cam too.
No, I
What
don't.
day?
I've got
You
better
live streaming.
things to do.
You're the one
I've
that
got better
called
things to
Zevi
do.
a
I've
pedlo.
got
Let's
life.
not
You
forget that.
haven't.
You're the one that's got us
I've
obsessed
got
with
life.
them and pedlos.
You
You're
haven't.
constantly calling people pedlos. You constantly did it to
No,
Zevi.
that's-
Yes, you did.
See,
right?
Angie, see,
Okay, I
Angie,
mentioned
this is
people
what
parenting,
narcissists do.
right? You're constantly
Angie,
on
this is
Snell's live. You,
narcissist.
Serena,
You're
and you,
deflecting.
Serena, and who else was it? I can't remember.
Angie, you're explaining
Constantly
yourself.
live streaming me. I
Angie,
go
you're
out.
literally
Oh, look
explaining
at Angie.
yourself.
She's drunk. Did you see what Angie
Well,
did
Angie,
today?
you're
Oh my god! Oh
explaining
my god!
yourself.
Constantly.
Anything that
Leave
you're saying
me
about
alone.
me is
You're
you.
doing what you did to Zevi to
Anything
me
you're
now.
saying
You're
about
obsessed
me
with me.
is you.
You're doing what you did
Anything
to
you're
Zevi to
saying about me
That's what
is
you're doing.
you.
You have an obsession with me.
Yes.
Every day
Are
you
you
talk about me.
crazy?
Every day
Obsession
you've got
with
my
you.
name in my mouth.
It's that
Your mouth.
obsession with a
Leave
woman
me
that
alone.
is obsessed with
Right? You have
predators. Are
every
you
single
okay?
day you're live
Are
streaming
you
me.
okay?
I'm always getting
Yeah,
Cam too.
I could never
Constantly.
listen,
Yes,
darling.
you
I've
are.
got more
And
to
guess
life
what?
than live
You had
stream
Kat
you.
in your box.
You
She's
are
an ex-PLM
boring.
member.
Angie,
Kat's an ex-PLM member.
Angie,
Don't you dare talk about PLM when you've got them
Angie,
in your
I
box.
exposed PLM.
Right?
I
No,
exposed
you exposed them.
PLM.
Why have
You
you got
gave
them in your
PLM a
box? Why have
platform.
you got Kat in
You
your
brought
box then?
PLM back
Answer
on.
the question.
You
right?
gave
You're
PLM
the
a
beast,
platform,
Kelly. You
and you
are the
allowed
beast.
PLM. You
You are
gave
the
no,
beast.
you are. No,
Right, Kelly the
Angie,
beast.
you
Beast,
are
beast, beast,
PLM.
Kelly.
Yeah,
That's what you
because
are,
you
a
don't
beast.
shut up about them.
You
You
are
don't
a
shut up
beast,
about
Kelly.
them.
You're
You're
constantly
upset.
obsessed with PLM. You're obsessed with
You
them. We
are,
spoke about them
you
for a
are,
year.
darling.
A
That's
whole
you.
year.
That's you, love.
No,
That's you, darling.
but
That's
you're
you.
calling people
That's you.
pedlos.
Angie,
You called Tony a
Miss
pedlo
Red,
for
could
God's
you mute
sake.
her for 1 second, please?
Yeah.
Could you mute her for one
Can I,
second, please?
can I just say, like, Zav, like, obviously, Zav, because, you know, you should be Prime Minister. Where do we go from here, Zav?
Right.
Where does
I think everybody, and I'm only saying everybody because I don't want anybody to feel like I'm verbally aiming it at them. People need to stop deflecting, I think, and
exactly,
and without being rude.
No,
right?
of course it's aimed at me, Zevi. You're friends with all this lots. It's just nothing but a bully group here.
I didn't even mention.
shut up, Angie.
And I think I've been very fair in this live. Guys, do you think the live's been fair as far as me hosting
What,
it? Do you
me
think
being
that's been
called a
fair?
beast? It's been called a beast.
Yes, very good.
Everybody's entitled to their own
Done a
say.
wonderful job.
In
Alex,
peace.
leave me alone. I'm going to give a restraining order on you, Alex. Leave me alone. You're obsessed with me.
I think
Because Alex, you say that you're cleaning up the app. Why don't you clean up the app with the real convicted peddlers? Why are you always obsessed with Angie?
Honestly,
Right.
Lynn,
Crazy.
I'm going to look into you, Lynn's.
You can. I don't give a shit, Alex. You're trying to threaten and intimidate
You're the
me.
one on the
You can look
dark
into me all
web,
you want.
Alex.
You
You're the one on the
weirdo.
dark web. You need to be looked at. Anyone that uses the dark
Like,
web.
you actually think intimidating me, like, you know, you can look into me all you
People
want.
can I just take a second, a minute? Me and Kelly are not the best of friends. I mean, we're not really friends. We're trying to do the right thing as adults, yeah, and move on with our situation.
adults,
And if
yes.
everybody keeps going back to the same thing, yeah, it's not going to get anywhere.
Well, I'm sick of it. Kelly saying she doesn't call anyone a pedlo. Yeah, she's obsessed with pedlos. She is the beast right there.
Angie, second of all, right? Second of all,
see,
listen.
So I can't call you though, innit?
Every action will have a reaction,
That's how
right?
weird
I've
she
just had to
is.
sit there and witness because somebody is angry, somebody else calls somebody else a beast, right?
Kelly, don't worry.
Right, listen.
So it's all right for Alex to threaten me and say, "Oh, I'm going to look into you." Alex, like, I'm bothered. I don't give a shit. I'm an
Lindsay,
open
let me
book.
ask you this then, Lindsay,
Weirdo.
right?
Yeah, you know what I mean? What's the point? It's pure bullying.
This is the problem that everybody's having. Everybody else is trying to resolve it, but it's Angie that keeps going back to the same thing. But look what Kelly's done. Look
Oh,
what Alex
wait
has
a
done.
minute.
Look
It's
what
because
she's done.
Kelly keeps live streaming me every day. I want us to leave.
Sorry, they do. Honestly, like, they're always talking about that, or they've got to come to.
I don't even be live every
Lindsay,
day.
you've just said, you've just said, right? You've just said, how is it okay for Alex to do this, this, and this, right? But we've all just had to sit there and watch Angie call Kelly a beast again.
Tam's just called me one.
Exactly.
Tam's just called me one.
I'm asking
Do
you
you
a
know what I
question.
mean?
Did you mention Tam calling me that? Yes or no? Did you hear? Did you hear?
Ladies, gentlemen, everybody, right? And
not Tam,
Kelly, do you think, right, that everybody can apologise to each other and move on?
Definitely not.
Never.
Apologizing to her. I just want to
You're
leave me
obsessed
alone.
with Beast. You're obsessed with Jimmy Savile. You're questionable, Pearl. Seriously. And you, Kelly. You're obsessed with PLM.
I honestly think there's one denominator that's actually really enjoying
here we go.
this.
That's me, is it? Even though they're live streaming me every single day, me, is it? Yeah. 8 against 1. Listen, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Have a good life. Yeah. And I just want to say one thing. You're nothing but cunts, a lot of you. There you go. Live streaming that, you cunts.
Yeah.
You don't think about the person that unalive themselves. It's pure bullying. You don't think about people that unalive themselves on the set, Zevy, right? You lot of you.
I'm sorry, but you're a professional victim.
We will have the Kent.
I'm only saying this because I've watched this particular creator for quite a long time. Beginning of when the whole dog thing come out, right? I'm not saying that you're in the wrong. You're in the wrong for enabling her because you're a friend, right? If Miss Red was in that situation, I would be supporting her too. I'd be backing her up because that's what you do for your friends, right? And again, I don't take anything away from it.
That is abuse against dogs. It was absolutely vile.
Perlman, they were taking the...
Linz, check this, yeah? Check this, Linz, right? Let's just say we can all agree, right, as a normal human being, that what EQ has said over the last couple of years has been disgusting, right or wrong. The things that she said about Miss Red's granddaughter, disgusting, right? Now, you've not got that emotional connection with her as your friend, yeah? Right or wrong? So you can see where the wrongs and the rights are coming from. But when it's a biased friend, you can't see that because it's your friend, right? And I get that because I'd be kind of the same. But naturally, you know right from wrong, right? It's not acceptable for Alex to retaliate by calling her Jamie Savile, whatever it is that he said. But we've all just sat here and witnessed Angie lose her temper and call Kelly a beast. She sat laughing on her live yesterday, calling me a beast. She sits there. This is my point, right? She's gone directly to insulting people. I've not once called her a cunt. I've not once called her an alcoholic. I've not once called her an abuser. Nothing, right? She sat there and said that we're all cunts and we're all bullying.
Yeah, but Savvy, can you not understand though? Like, as soon as Tam come in the box, she was calling her an algae. Pearl's been getting personal with her. So you can understand she's just...
It's wrong.
Yeah, she might be just... Then you could say it as in ways like her retaliating.
It is absolutely wrong. But Lynn, you know and I know, as her moderator, she was sat there goading people to report the woman to social services after a 2-year battle to get her children back. Not because social took them, but because of the father took the kid. I'm not talking about Tams, right? But the thing is, Lindsay, you've seen a lot because you've been in the live 24/7, right? When one person does an action, there's going to be a reaction. It took me about a year to say to myself, I'm not going to be responding to the hate and to the things that's been said because I want it to look one-sided. I'm not retaliating. So therefore, there's only one denominator who's starting it all and who's causing it all. And listen, I've watched a lot of it. I've watched an absolute lot of it, right?
I know, but Savvy, she wasn't good and people are being social. She just basically commented. No, listen, you're not letting us talk. Listen, what she said was, when Tam was on a live, absolutely fuming, wanting to meet Irish Kelly in a car park, she just said, you know, she should be acting a little bit better, especially online, when she's just got her kids back. Because if you get arrested, you know yourself, Savvy, if you get arrested, the social services get involved. That's all she commented on. She wasn't telling people to ring social on her. Do you know what I mean?
Listen, I agree, right? I do agree that people's behaviour, if it's not me doing it, then I obviously don't necessarily agree with it, right? But what I do know is that if you take me to the gritty fucking gutters of where I'm from, I'm going to react the exact same as how I'm being spoken to. If you shout at me, I'm going to shout back over you. And if you call me a cunt, I'm going to call you a cunt. The facts are, in this situation, is that Kelly and me, honest to God, right, 6 weeks ago, I'd never have thought I could even be in a live with him because I was so triggered, right? And I'm sure she's the same with me. But however, as grown adults, the one thing that we all have to agree here is that we're all trying to move on. There's only one person that's bringing other people's names into it. There's only one person that's throwing the cunt word, saying about the kids. Lindsay, if I started talking about your parenting, you're going to say to me, who the fuck are you to question my parenting?
Well, I've had my parenting spoke about many a times. I've had my disability mark, and it's all coming from Alex's side. Do you know what I mean? There's a Lindsay Dharma account and Miss Red's account in the chat now.
Again,
I've had somebody saying jugular.
I don't do none of that. And the only thing I could say, is because it does look like, from an outsider's perspective, that these people that are enabling her, telling her there's nothing wrong in what she's doing, she's only going to continue that. The one thing I can promise you now, and mark my words, this is a fact, and I'll put £1,000 on it. After I leave this live, between me and Angie, I can categorically tell you won't see me arguing with somebody else, but I can categorically put £1,000 on it. By the end of the week, Angie will be arguing with somebody else, right? So what does that tell you? That tells you there's one denominator that's continuing to carrying all this on. Linz, I've got nothing bad to say about you. If you sit there calling my friends, I'm not going to like it, but I'm not going to go out my way to fucking call you and talk about your situation.
But I haven't sat there, I haven't called your friends. Like, I've just responded because Alex thought it was good to drag me into all the beef that he had with her and Angie. Well, I've had my Facebook search. I've had. Then you've just openly heard him threaten me that he's going to do a deep dive on me. You can do a deep dive on me. I've got nothing to hide, Alex. You don't intimidate me. You might be able to intimidate other women, but you don't intimidate me. You don't intimidate me at all.
You do realise.
Bullying me either.
Say something, please. How? Okay, then, right. If you saying, because I said to you that I'm going to do a deep dive on you, that is threatening. So you're saying fat freaks, everything that fat freaks does.
No, you're trying to intimidate us, right? You need looking at him. You need looking at him with him. I've got something to hide. You're trying to twist me words so and bring him fat freaking.
No,
you know what you've just said? You just said I should be looking into you, Linz. You can look into me, Alex. I'll give you anything that you want. I can give you anything you want.
Necessary.
Don't intimidate us. Bigger, harder men intimidate me in the real life, right? I'm not going to get intimidated by somebody like you on a fucking TikTok app.
Linz, right? I've been on this app over 3 years, right? All you have to do for me now, please, if you don't mind, is go and find one video where I've swore or raised my voice to a woman on this app. Just one video. Just one video.
What I think's really sad as well is, Lindsay, you actually
just because
liked Alex when Alex was with him, and everybody does support Alex because he is a gentle giant. He's very similar to me. I have to agree.
Alex, can I just say, just because you haven't shouted and swore at women doesn't mean to say that you've tried to intimidate them. You like I say, you say I'm going to expose you, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. A lot of people come to you telling you their trauma. Like you said yesterday on your live, you said, I saw a couple of snakes. You said I saw a couple of snakes going in Angie's life saying I don't trust Alex, blah blah blah. Then you said, well, they're coming to me telling me all their trauma, so I should do an exposure on them. Do you know what I mean? That's not right. If somebody's coming to you with confidential information, you should be then using it against them.
I've said there. You know what?
I'm going to twist everything I say
to be lies. I'm going to fire up right, and I'm going to play the video.
I don't give a shit, Alex.
You're a liar,
Alex. I don't give a shit. I'm not a liar.
Now, do you know what it is, Zabby, right, mate? Do you know what it is?
Do you know what it is, Zabby, right? Like, you're like, I respect you, right?
I can get the live replay, you see.
Just because Alex doesn't shout and swear at women doesn't mean to say you don't have to shout and swear at someone and bully them.
Donna. Just to put this to bed now, I am going to prove how much of a liar Linz is. I'm going to get my live replay and show exactly what I said and prove what Linz is.
Show the bits that you want. Show the bits you want, Alex.
I'll show the live what I said, Linz. You're a liar, Linz.
Right. You've done an exposure on Scally. You've done an exposure. No, you've done an exposure on Scally, who's clearly vulnerable, who's got problems, who's openly spoke about it. You've done an exposure on him because he said he didn't trust you. So what's that? Is that a bullying, isn't it not?
How was it an exposure?
Miss Red, I'm going to go, right? You've done a whole life talking about him. You've done a whole life. He's talking about me. You did. You've done your whole life on Sarah and then Scally, and then you
swear on your child's life now, and I'll get the live up. Swear on your child's life, and I'll get the live up.
Wasn't the whole life, but it was like about.
There we go.
Sorry, a 20-minute segment. Sorry, 20 minutes. So why did you're deflecting from the point that I'm trying to say. So why did you do an exposure on Scally? Because he said he didn't trust you.
It was nothing to do with that.
Is that the right thing to do?
I brought him into a conversation that was had, and it was a brief for about 10 minutes, if that. So don't tell me it was a full ride.
Then you started going. Then you got everybody in your box to talk about Sarah, how she was lying about her operation. Blah. You didn't care about her mental health at the time, did you?